Joe Schmidt's selection, and a surprise in the captaincy, Nick Champion de Crepney, who's only played 3 tests, is set to captain the Wallabies. Captain the Wallabies more than anyone else. This surprise you, handing that role to a guy that early in his test career?
Yeah, well, it's a surprise because I don't know the in and outs of what's going on within the squad. So you know he's hard-nosed, you know what he brings on the field. We've watched that in his Force jersey, and I had the time with him a little bit at the Waratahs, but he was in the wider squad at that period. So you know that this guy's going to approach training with a certain attitude and a game at a certain level every week. But hasn't played much at that level, hasn't captained much at a high level. So in terms of decision making, in terms of guiding the team around and working with his 9s and 10s, how's he going to go in that situation? So he's a little bit of a surprise there, but we don't know so much of the picture and what he delivers in a day-to-day function, what he's giving to the other players, and what his skill set is in a leadership capacity. So firstly, huge congratulations to Nick to have the potential to go out and lead his country and the world. I mean, what a I guess tip of the hat on his year that he's had, if this is the case. So very exciting for Nick.
It's a huge honour for him, isn't it, to captain your country, whether it's 1 test or whether he gets to another 10 test matches. But I think this game's a little bit different for Joe Schmidt, putting this side together, resting some players. But it's Joe must have then thought, well, OK, Nick's going to be around for a long period of time. I want him to be a leader going forward the next 2 or 3 years going into the Rugby World Cup. So, but I would have thought if Jake Gordon starts at 9, that Jake Gordon would have got the captaincy. But maybe he wants this younger player to come through.
Yeah, the big thing is how exciting for the guy. Like, I captained the Wallabies against Scotland A in Perth in Scotland on a tour. Compared to you guys who've done it, of course, it's a massive individual achievement for him. What I find interesting around Joe Schmidt is that I don't think he's ever that obsessed with who the captain is. And I see Champion de Crepney as maybe a very similar profile to a Harry Wilson. He's in the engine room, he's up front physically. I suppose he'll give a performance that maybe is a follow-me guy. I wouldn't think he'd be too worried about game calling and bits and pieces with the experience of a Jake Gordon, and you would assume Tane Edmed there as well.